Have you ever stopped to think that maybe you're working against your baby's nature without even realizing it? Most new parents learn how to care for a newborn as they go. One person tells you one thing, the pediatrician says another, and the internet just makes everything more confusing. And in the middle of the chaos of diapers, crying, and sleepless nights, no one told you about the mechanisms that are already programmed into your baby's body and mind. And that, if you know how to use them to your advantage, can make everything radically simpler. It's not a matter of luck, it's neuroscience. In this video, I'm going to show you 7 secrets that combine infant behavior with basic biology, and that will change the way you handle everyday situations. Let's start with what no one explains to you about nights. Around 6 weeks of life, something quiet and powerful begins to happen in your baby's digestive system. They gradually stop pooping during the night. This is not an accident, it's neurological maturation. The enteric nervous system, which controls the intestines, begins to synchronize with the circadian cycles, that is, with the difference between day and night. Your baby's intestines gradually learn that nighttime is a time for rest. And why does this matter to you? Because diaper changes are one of the biggest enemies of nighttime sleep, not only for the baby, but also for the adult taking care of them. When you change the diaper in the middle of the night, you're activating all of the newborn's senses: touch, light, movement, and temperature. The nervous system interprets this as a signal that it's time to wake up. From the moment you notice that your baby is no longer having bowel movements at night, you can safely leave the diaper change for the morning, unless there has been a bowel movement. Urine alone, in diapers with good absorbency, does not pose a risk of diaper rash if you apply a barrier cream before bedtime. One less diaper change per night. It may seem like a small thing. In practice, these are precious minutes of sleep that add up day after day. And if leaks start to happen, simple. Go up 1 diaper size specifically for nighttime. More absorbent material means better protection without compromising anyone's rest. This is one of the most practical and least talked about secrets for parents of baby boys. You open the diaper. He pees on you, on the changing table, on the ceiling. Everyone who has been through this recognizes the perfect timing of the situation. What may seem like intentional sabotage has a direct physiological explanation. Exposure to cold air triggers the urethral reflex in male newborns. The nervous system interprets the sudden change in temperature as a signal to empty the bladder. It's not a choice, it's an automatic reflex. But reflexes have triggers. And triggers can be anticipated. There are 2 approaches that work. The first, before removing the diaper, gently wipe a slightly cool baby wipe across the baby's lower abdomen. The contact with the cool temperature will often trigger the reflex while the diaper is still in place, allowing the bladder to empty before the change. The second, gently fan the front of the diaper a few times before opening it completely. The movement creates a slight airflow that often does the trick. The mechanism is the same in both cases. You trigger the reflex at the moment when it is safe, instead of being caught off guard by it. Every parent will deal with a poop blowout. It's as certain as the baby itself. What changes everything, and what most people discover the hard way, is the type of clothing the baby is wearing at that moment. Newborn onesies and shirts have a design detail that very few parents notice. The shoulder openings are folded with overlapping fabric. It's not just to make dressing easier, it's so that, in the event of a poop blowout, the clothing can be removed by pulling it downward, rather than over the baby's head. Pulling it upward spreads the mess across the baby's torso, neck, and face. Pulling it downward keeps it contained. The overlapping fabric at the shoulders is exactly what makes this possible. The next time you buy newborn clothes or receive baby gifts, this is the detail that determines whether a diaper change will take 2 minutes or turn into an emergency bath saga at 3 in the morning. From a certain point on, the baby starts closing their hand around everything they touch. Your hair, your earring, the string of your hoodie, and the more you try to take it away, the tighter they squeeze. This has a name: the palmar grasp reflex. It is one of the oldest primitive reflexes of the human species, present since the womb. When any object touches the palm of the baby's hand, the nervous system triggers an automatic closing signal. There is no intention. There is no willpower. It is pure neurology. And here is the secret that changes everything. Trying to pull the object out intensifies the reflex. The nervous system interprets resistance as a threat and contracts even more. The solution is counterintuitive but works flawlessly. Gently bend the baby's wrist toward the inside of the arm. This specific movement triggers the relaxation of the palmar reflex. The fingers open automatically, without force, without crying, without trauma. This same principle works during bath time, when you need to clean between the little fingers. Instead of trying to open the fingers one by one, bend the wrist, and they will open on their own. Bath time for a newborn always has one difficult area: the little toes, small, curved, pressed against each other. Trying to clean each space while the baby moves is a task that no parenting manual prepares you for, but the baby's body has a built-in solution. The Babinski plantar reflex works like this. When you stroke the sole of the baby's foot with a finger, in a gentle movement from the heel toward the toes, the big toe curves upward and the other toes fan open. It is a normal neurological reflex in babies, the same one doctors test during routine checkups. And this spontaneous fanning of the toes creates the space you need to clean between them. A gentle stroke on the sole, the toes open, you clean. Simple as that. Bath time is one of the situations that stresses newborns the most. Change in temperature, the sensation of floating, loss of firm ground, all of this activates the baby's alert nervous system. If your baby cries during bath time, there is a neurological explanation and a direct solution. Suction, whether at the breast, on the pacifier, or on their own hand, activates the parasympathetic nervous system. It is the system responsible for the state of calm. Suction does not distract the baby from stress. It literally changes their physiological state, reducing cortisol, lowering heart rate, and signaling to the brain that they are safe. Offering a pacifier during bath time, or positioning the baby's little hands near the mouth so they can suck on their fingers, can transform an experience of crying into something tolerable or even pleasant. The same principle applies when the baby cries after coming out of the bath, during the sensation of cold when being taken out of the water. The combination of suction with gentle rhythmic movement and the sound of shh activates three regulators of the nervous system at the same time, and this overlap of calming stimuli is more effective than any one of them alone. There is a specific holding position that activates the state of calm in newborns with an effectiveness that surprises even experienced pediatricians. The flexion position. In it, the baby is held with the body slightly curved forward, knees bent toward the chest, and the little hands close to the face. This is the shape they stayed in for months inside the womb, and the nervous system recognizes this posture as a sign of safety. When you combine this position with three additional elements, gentle vertical movement, a constant shh sound near the ear, and the possibility of suction, you are offering the baby's nervous system a complete set of information that says, you are safe, you can relax. Each of these elements activates a different neurological pathway of regulation. Together, they create a state of calm that goes far beyond what any one of them can achieve alone. Parents who learn this combination describe the result as almost magical. But it is not magic. It is understanding how the newborn's nervous system works, and working in its favor, not against it. What do all these secrets have in common? None of them require buying anything. None of them need special equipment. All of them exist because the baby's biology is already programmed to respond to specific stimuli. And when you know these stimuli, you stop fighting a battle and start having a conversation. A conversation without words, made of touch, position, temperature, and movement. The oldest language that exists between humans. If this video helped you understand a little more about what is happening in your baby's mind and body, leave a like. It makes a huge difference so more parents can find this content. And subscribe to the channel, because next week we are going to talk about something that almost every parent of a newborn has already experienced. Why babies cry nonstop between 6 and 8 weeks of life, and what neuroscience says you can do. See you there.